This is going to be part two. My response to this whole federal election 2015, Strategic Voters Challenge Democracy by CBC Radio, The Current, with Anna Maria Tremonti. The one thing that I didn't cover that I think is vastly important is, and if you listen to this, and I'll put a link to it in the description at the bottom of my YouTube video. The push for strategic voting requires people to abandon their party of preference to try and shape the wider political landscape. Is it good for democracy, or is it the result of a wounded democracy? We hear from voters to explain their strategy. But basically, when you listen to this, you also hear a part. Well, Lead Now is the person, one of the representatives from leadnow.ca, which is someone else that I covered in a prior video. Anyways, how it's the youth predominantly that are doing this strategic voting to get rid of the conservatives, which, hey, I'm all for getting rid of the conservatives, but just don't replace one master for another is my whole concept. But obviously these young people, they come through the education system. So, yes, they're fully indoctrinated. They believe in forced subjugation and collectivism. Because, I mean, it's been hammered in their head for the majority of their life. So, of course they do. And I don't have the platform that the mainstream media does to propagate my message of truth and real liberty and philosophy to them. But when they talk about it, and you've heard this many times, how the establishment media or the political hacks, they want voter youth turnout. They want the youth to vote. Even if it doesn't necessarily align with their particular ideologies, they know that they're the ones that have the ultimate power. But when they say they want the higher youth voter turnout, and even the young people, so that's the things like, do you not realize your master is just, they got the bait on the hook and they're just reeling it in and you're just taking it all. Give me. It's like, do you not realize? They want you to legitimize the system of oppression that they use against you, because if you didn't vote, if most of you did not believe and propagate and legitimize the system of oppression that you supposedly try to fight against, that's the thing. These guys are trying to affect change and all this stuff, but really what it is they don't want to oppress themselves. Of course, they don't want to be oppressed, but they want to oppress others if it fits their own ideology. But that's the thing that's crazy about it is, they, just like in any religion, they need you to believe in the process, in democracy, in the religion of statism. No matter, even if you disagree with some of the propaganda or the messages or the narrative that they put forth, more important than that even is for you to at least believe that somebody has to have legitimate authority over the landmass or the subjects, the serfs, the slaves in a particular geographical landmass. That foundationally is what's most important to them. And you think you're being smart. Oh, we're going to strategically. You might be voting against a few of the gangs, but the system that makes having gangs legitimate, you're just making that system more entrenched. That's the Anna Maria almost a little bit hinted at that, although I'm sure she was trying to backtrack, make sure she doesn't say anything wrong so she can keep her fucking cushy little high-paying propagandist job. You know, she's like the Southern Baptist for as far as CBC goes. She's one of the high end, man. She's right up there. She's not a pope, but she's up there as far as political propagandists, the opinion makers, the opinion formers. She's up there. So she was careful to skirt around that issue a little bit. But think about it. You really, what you're saying is you want the system to work for you and people that believe in the same shit that you do. But as for everyone that's against you, leadnow.ca or any of you fucking idiots, Open Media, Occupy Canada, Idle No More, what you're doing is you're saying, I don't give a fuck about who's against what I want. I just want to be able to gain possession and that power to use force and violence, theft and oppression against everyone else. So stop acting as if you're benevolent. Oh, I want this. Oh. You're all evil, sadistic, and vicious motherfuckers. Whether it's done through ignorance, conformity, or just being sadistic by nature. I have no genuine knowledge or understanding what the reasoning behind all these people they do, but I'm willing to point out the fact that I don't know why your brain's fucked up. Well, I mean, I know why it's fucked up, but because there's such thing as free will, why it still is and why you want to keep propagating this shit, it's beyond me. Even if you're doing it out of ignorance. Well, that's the thing. That's the problem that I have is you could use ignorance in past decades, centuries, because we didn't have the internet. Instant access to information. Right? For almost free. So, yeah, I'm no longer given much of an excuse to those who claim ignorance, because when the information is right there, genuine ignorance can only be claimed if genuine proper information and truth is not available. But in this world of the information age, truth is out there. And it's literally just a matter of click, 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 a few taps on a keyboard. Truth is there. So easy to get to. It's literally right there. It's like walking by on the street and truth is there flashing in neon lights. Truth, truth, truth. So if you choose to ignore it, that's not really being ignorant. Well, that's willful ignorance. And willful ignorance is not the same as not having the information available to you so that you can understand truth and separate the difference between truth from fiction. The truth is out there for all of you at Lead Now CA, any of you people that keep propagating this message, this narrative of using central powers, force, and collectivism against your fellow man, woman, and child. The truth is out there that it's immoral, inherently immoral, and illegitimate, and massively corrupt, and a massive hindrance and hampering human evolution, peace and freedom, and liberty. You're standing in the way. You're a wall. You're a barrier to human advancement, to human progress, to human peace and liberty. And I'm pointing it out to you so that you no longer have that excuse. I'm destroying all of your excuses. I'm destroying that fake wall you built up to say, oh, I'm stuck in here. No. I've showed you the door. The fact that you refuse to walk through it, that's on you. That's your fault. And the consequences to all of humanity as a result of your refusal to acknowledge the truth, that's on you as well. It's a Canadian libertarian. And I love liberty, which is why I will never vote to legitimize central powers, collectivism, or forced subjugation.